Hello, my name is Manuel Ochoa. I'm with Ochoa Urban Collaborative and part of the project team that is working on the regional analysis of impediments to fair housing choice for the Metropolitan Washington Council of Governments. And I'm here to spend the next few minutes with you to talk to you about what is a regional AI. And our project team also includes the Lawyers Committee on Civil Rights and the Urban Institute. So why are we doing this? Well, the Fair Housing Act of 1968 and the Housing and Community Development Act of 1974 requires any community that receives federal funds to affirmatively further fair housing. So this applies to all jurisdictions that receive HUD funds, including Community Development Block Grant funds, home investment partnerships, and emergency solutions grants. And through the Metropolitan Washington Council of Governments, several housing leaders have agreed to conduct a joint AI and work together. This includes the District of Columbia, Montgomery County in Maryland, and Arlington, Fairfax, Loudoun, and Prince William counties, and the city of Alexandria in Virginia. And the AI was developed because of the long history of racial discrimination in our nation that has affected land patterns even to this day. So we know that through this long history, there has been tenant abuse, government-sponsored segregation, including the Housing Act of 1937, for example, restrictive covenants, blockbusting, and this example here of redlining in Washington, D.C., which took place all across our country. And the Fair Housing Act of 1968 was the last chapter in landmark civil rights legislation that was passed only a few days after the assassination of Dr. Martin Luther King. It immediately nullified thousands of racially restrictive covenants across the country. Many of you are familiar with the Fair Housing Act because it protects individuals and families from discrimination in the rental or purchase of housing due to disability, race, sex, color, national origin, religion, or family status. But it also goes one step further with the intention of dismantling the causes of segregation. So the Act calls upon all executive departments and agencies to affirmatively further fair housing. But what is the analysis of impediments? Well, it's a planning process that reviews the patterns of residential segregation and housing discrimination and evaluates the impact of ongoing segregation and makes recommendations on how counties and cities can improve housing choice for current and future generations. So this includes a lot of data and maps, but it also includes input from you. You may have also heard the terms fair housing plan or assessment of fair housing. So these are other terms that have been used over the years to refer to the same thing. So why a regional AI? Well, regional housing leaders understand that a lot of these issues don't stop at jurisdictional lines, and many of you experience many of these factors on a daily basis. So for example, we know that lengthy commutes limit housing choices. We're also aware of areas of concentrated poverty that have underperforming schools, or low income areas that have been subject to negative environmental effects and may be proximate to brownfields. Or perhaps you know of persons with disability who have limited number of accessible units available to them. And of course, there's also a lack of affordable housing throughout the area, especially in neighborhoods with good schools and quality of life. And these are all areas that that jurisdictions have been trying to tackle through various plans and various initiatives. And now they wish to work on these issues together jointly. And we do have some examples in the area and across the nation on regional analysis of impediments. And in fact, in just the last few years, we have two. In the recent past, Richmond has just published their draft regional AI, And here's some examples where they have three goals. For example, they are suggesting a fund for eviction mediation and eviction prevention. They also have a goal, a pilot program to develop a pilot program to incentivize landlords to house tenants who are perceived as high risk. And they're also looking to develop a pilot rental rehabilitation program for landlords who agree to keep units affordable to 60% area median income. North of us in Baltimore, for the past couple of years, they've also come up with a plan on goals, on joint goals and actions. For example, they've agreed to preserve expiring affordable housing units in areas of opportunity. They're also have a goal of developing joint procedures to make easier the use of Section 8 vouchers in the region, in the Baltimore region. And they're also looking at ways that the state of Maryland can improve its tax credit allocation plan so that more family units are available in areas of opportunity. But ultimately, what we're looking for is your engagement. We're looking for meaningful and community engagement, and there'll be several opportunities for that locally through your own county or city, through local presentations, some regional events, focus groups. You may receive a survey from us. We'd like to engage through social media. And finally, there'll be an opportunity for you to respond formally to the draft plan through public hearings. So how can you stay in touch with us? Please email us at fairhousing@mwcog.org. Or you can stay up to date through our website at www.mwcog.org/fairhousing. Thank you for the opportunity today, and we look forward to hearing from you.